Hey guys, just so you know, this video is sponsored by Ant Keeping Depot. In today's video, my acorn ants actually need a new home. This gives me the opportunity to reach out to none other than AntBoy UK, as he has a species-specific range comprising of the mini Vortex Outworld and the Temno-Nest. So let's open this up and then we can talk a little bit more about it. The reason that I searched around for so long looking for a species specific instead of just going for any small setup is because my ants and the species itself are really good at escaping no matter how much prevention. I've siliconed, glued, resealed, PTFE'd, everything, and they can still get out. So here's me hoping that going to AntBoy UK, I would be able to review it and also get an escape-proof home. So let's start with the mini Vortex Outworld. As you can see, it's a cylindrical design with a 80mm diameter single port. Now the whole thing in all its joints are fully welded, which is basically a process where the two acrylics are bonded together. No glue failure. The lid is 3D laser perforated with a 3D printed edge. Now the tube just push fits into the Outworld, and during my quite lengthy review, this never sprung any leaks of the ants. Moving over to the nest now, this is a very robust and well constructed unit. You wouldn't want to stand on that in the night heading to the toilet, tell you that much. But the unit includes its red acrylic overlay, and it's based on this unique idea of a mesh floored chamber with an underground sponge area for hydration. Now, going into this, I was wondering how long the water would last. And even though ideally I'd like a bigger water reservoir so I could leave it a little bit longer, this did turn out surprisingly better than I thought for how it lasts. Although the only thing I did find was never really sure how much to fill it up. Essentially you just had to do drops until it stopped absorbing, but the ants seemed to thrive, which in my opinion was the more important part of this. The nest itself, initially, was also a push fit with the vinyl tubing. However, I thought this was a bit loose, but I thought I'd keep an eye on it during through the review itself. As you can see, I lined it up on the inside, the vinyl tubing, but I was sure that my little escape experts would be able to get through this. But there's only one way to find out. So, introduce the escapists. So this is my colony here. I've had them quite a while, well over a year, and their sponge has seen better days. But not only that, no matter how much I silicone it up, or whatever I do, they are escaping from it. And the final straw was the glue in the Outworld started to fail, so the sides were just going to fall off one night. So, let's move them into this new, more secure setup, and we'll see how we get on, and I'll bring you my verdicts towards the end. So, of course, I'm just going to PTFE it up. So even though they can't escape out of the lid, I do want to be able to take the lid off without getting any ants escaping while I'm tending to maintenance or feeding. So I initially just start off with that, and then I start the very lengthy move into the Outworld, where my ants remained in the Outworld for well over a week after the move. And I was like, right, okay, I can't do any of the recording for the review, but then a small pocket of ants, including the queen, did break off and move into the nest, specifically the mesh floor hydration chamber. This was where, after about a week to 2 weeks, everybody moved in apart from a little cluster of ants. So day to day, I found it really easy to use. The only one gripe I have is that lid is so tight, I can't get into it with my little fingernails. So, and I really do mean vice tight. So I started having to use a very thin object to get into it. Now along the way, I did mention that I had a little worry with the push fit tube, and it turned out that I was correct to have that. I started getting small amount of escapes, but we couldn't work out from where. AntBoy immediately sent over this adapter that pushes into it, creates a solid seal, and gives me a ribbed place for the vinyl tubing. This did solve all my problems with the 4 or 5 ants that got out. However, I did catch them all, so I never actually lost any. They don't wander too far away. I hope you found that this review informative and helpful maybe, and if you like what you saw, why not drop me a comment or leave me a thumbs up. Thanks a lot guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.